Hey everybody, welcome back. Let's go ahead and create a really cool effect here. So what we can do is on our object player sprite, let's right click on it. And let me just make sure I'm actually in, oh yeah, layer 1. Make sure you're always in layer 1 for this one. And let me lock layer 2 so I don't accidentally do anything with that one. Okay, so let's right click on our object and let's clone it. And I'm just going to move this one below our detectors. And now it created a second object that is a complete match to object player sprite. So with object player sprite 2 selected, let's rename it to object player fade. And let's add another alterable value to it. And let's just call this one trans. And this is going to be short for transparency. Go ahead and leave it at 0. Then what we're going to do is work with a new tab. This one is an events tab. And basically what this is it's going to be its own custom programming held within the object. So every object can house its own custom programming, but we're going to focus on this one for now. So create a new behavior and go ahead and hit edit. And what we're going to do is we're always going to set, oh, cancel. We're always going to set our, go to effect, compatibility, and let me go ahead and fix this really quick so you guys can see it all. We're going to set its effect, compatibility, set semi-transparency to its value of trans. All right. And then we're also going to want to always um, under our alterable value, add to trans by 1. Okay, so how transparency works in Clickteam Fusion 2.5, 0 is going to be completely solid and you can see it, and 255, which is the max, is going to be completely invisible. You're not going to be able to see it anymore. So it's going to keep adding to trans, which is going to be adding to our semi-transparency. So eventually the object is just going to be invisible. So what we're going to say with that is under our alterable values, we're going to compare to one of the alterable values. And we're going to say if trans is greater than 180, then we can destroy our object fade. All right. Now, what we can do is get out of this and go back to our event editor, just our standard one. And then what we can do is say if our alterable value, we compare to one of the alterable values for our object mask, if move mod is greater than 1, then what we can do is create our object player fade, and we want it to be relative to our object player mask. Okay. All right. And then once it's created, because we need to set the direction, what we can do is come under our object player fade, and we can say select its direction and hit the circle to erase all directions. And then we're going to do the 1 + 1 to calculate a direction. We're going to set the player fade's direction to our current direction value of our object player mask. All right, so now if we hit play, if we sprint, we should get a cool little fade effect. Oh, yeah, we did, but that is deleting way too slow. So let's go back into our object player fades behavior. And let's say instead of just adding 1, let's edit that and add maybe 15. Let's try 15. Okay. So now let me sprint, and okay, that looks good. But one last thing I want to do is we want to set this. Um, we're going to do order, and let's send it to back. Um, we might have to do that in the event editor because it's creating it too quickly. All right, so also underneath our object player fade where we set the direction, let's do order, bring to back. And now when we run it, yeah, we don't get that little glitch anymore. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so last thing I want to do, because this is an animation of sorts, I'm going to bring it to our animations. And all right, that's going to be it for this one, and I will see you guys in the next one.